Hi, I'm David Goodman. I'm the executive producer of Family Guy. And,
Ooh.
and what you have playing in your DVD player right now is the bonus DVD of the Family Guy panel at 2006 Comic-Con. This is Mike Henry,
Hi.
by the way.
I play Cleveland, but I am white.
So we like to go to Comic-Con every year because so many of our fans go and we get to answer their questions. And
There's a lot of young fans.
And we also get to screen a little bit of an episode and hear good, honest laughter or not.
Some of us cannot hear the laughter because we are deaf and greased up.
So we hope you enjoy this bonus DVD from wherever you got it, and
You had me at bonus.
keep watching. Hi, everybody. I'm David Goodman. I know I'm not the executive producer you wanted to come, but Seth is, he's probably getting laid. We're going to introduce our panel, starting at the far end, from American Dad, executive story editor Steve Healy. Moving on down in the sunglasses, looking very, you got your iPod on? What is that? Are we keeping you for something? Mike Shipley. Mike is co-executive producer of American Dad and was also a supervising producer or story editor on Family Guy. Next to him is former supervising producer of Family Guy, now co-creator and executive producer of American Dad, Mike Barker. Next to him, with remarkably similar credits, former supervising producer of Family Guy, now co-creator and executive producer of American Dad, Matt Weitzman. Next to him, executive story editor of American Dad, Chris McKenna. Next to him is unfortunately, former director of Family Guy, now moving on to his own show on the Disney Channel called Phineas and Ferb, airing in 2007, Dan Povenmire. Very talented director of Family Guy, directed the Griffin Family History, Zach Moncrief. Supervising producer of Family Guy, writer Alex Sulkin. Executive story editor of Family Guy, Cherry Chevapravadumrung. She has a boyfriend. Yeah. Next to her, co-producer, very talented writer of Family Guy, Kirker Butler. And next to him, supervising producer of Family Guy and creator of many memorable Family Guy characters. Check out his website, www.kickedinthenuts.com. Michael Henry. Did you bring anybody else with you today, Mike?
Hey, we're just very happy that everyone had come out tonight. We could not be more tickled, and
Well, Chris would just love it here. He really would.
y'all got all kind of comics and whatnot, and oh no, the place isn't full.
That's okay. We'll see y'all later.
So before we get to the questions, I thought you all might enjoy hearing some spoilers from upcoming Family Guy episodes. Someone's going to just tell a little plot point from some upcoming episode that will air sometime in the next year, I guess.
I don't know if you guys remember any of the road shows, the Road to Europe or the Road to Rhode Island. We're doing a road show for fourth, or I guess it's officially fifth season.
Maybe sixth. I don't know.
Maybe sixth. called Road to Rupert, where Rupert gets accidentally sold at a garage sale, and for the musical number for this, because these always have a musical number, we got the rights to use the old Gene Kelly dancing with Jerry the Mouse, and we're putting Stewie in over Jerry the Mouse with computer, and it's looking quite spectacular. So.
An episode that Kirker Butler wrote called Barely Legal that's going to come out in the beginning of, I think probably by January.
Lean forward more.
Come out around January, called Barely Legal. Meg doesn't have a date for the dance, of course, and to avoid her committing suicide, Brian decides to go to the dance with her, and in true Brian fashion, gets completely lit and makes out with her at the dance. Meg replies and says that she never knew how flat and wide his tongue really was. I'll leave the rest for you guys to wait and see. It's a great episode.
I just finished writing an episode that's called Blue Harvest, and it's all the Family Guy characters in the Star Wars world. I don't want to give too much away, but we may have Obi-Wan Kenobi here with us on the dais.
Use the Force, Chris.
That's all.
Let's see. Oh, an episode I think that's coming out in the fall. It's called Prick Up Your Ears, and in it, a conservative Christian group comes to James Woods High and starts preaching abstinence and takes away all the condoms. So instead of having regular sex, Meg and all the other students start each other in the ear.
And how hot was that? Well, Zach, yeah, he told you about that one. I'm writing one actually right now where Peter finds out that he's not an American citizen. He is actually a Mexican immigrant. and it's just awful. So look forward to that.
I got some new characters.
Yeah. Well, Mike's written a lot of episodes, but you might want to hear some of the few of the new voices maybe he'll be doing coming up.
Yeah, there's a new coworker of Peter's who explains sarcasm. So maybe you could kind of set it up. This guy comes walking in. It's been raining, and
Hey, nice day we're having.
oh yes, it's a nice day, and obviously it's not a nice day. It's raining.
Oh yeah, now I get it.
Yes, it's raining. Yes. Never mind. Anyway, that's Fuad.
Joe has a new partner that they play good cop, developmentally disabled cop.
Is that your phone ringing?
Hold on.
Do that though.
Hello? No. We know that you killed her.
Oh, there's this guy, RJ, who is always about to bone his girlfriend when something happens, and then she says there's no way.
Thanks, y'all.
And I wrote the what will be the 100th episode of Family Guy, and I'll tell you the title: Stewie Kills Lois. So why don't you make your ways to the mics? We'll answer your questions for a few minutes before we show you our clips. First question.
First of all, I just want to thank you guys because what you do saved my life in Iraq. Just got to say that.
And how is that?
Well, I know most people in film put their own lives into what they make, so your lives must be horrible. And, it gave me something to fight for.
to know which one of you creative geniuses came up with the idea to explain a vasectomy through a barbershop quartet.
I don't know if it was an idea, but go ahead.
I helped to write the song with Alex Borstein, who does the voice of Lois, and until recently was writing on the show. But I think Seth had the idea to put it in a
But you did
barbershop.
co-write the song.
I co-wrote the song.
Well, good job.
Thank you.
Hi. I'm sure y'all aware about on South Park about Matt Stone, Trey Parker.
I hadn't heard anything about that. What is it?
Well, you happen to saw the two-part episode called Cartoon Wars, in which they kind of like depict you guys. I was wondering if you plan on like getting back at them in a way, you know?
We actually liked that episode quite a bit. We watched it at work and laughed our asses off. And now whenever we're thinking about cutting a show down because because we're just over time, the easiest gags to cut are the gags that we now call manatee gags. Because, that's a manatee gag. It can go in any show. So we can cut it and it doesn't hurt us because we can put it somewhere else. You hate to cut the gags that are pertinent to one show because you can't put them somewhere else.
No, as a writer on the show, I thought, it was funny. I don't care. I've always been a South Park fan, and they have the right to us, and we have the right to on them, and there you go.
On both shows, you have a lot of really random, obscure references that, honestly, I don't get until I listen to the commentary. Is there sort of a line you draw of how obscure is too obscure?
Alec, do you want to answer the question?
Didn't you write a Benjamin Disraeli? Wasn't that I think it's in one of by Clam, two of by C. We do a joke about how obscure the references are, where he says, that's just like Benjamin Disraeli, and we cut to this English guy from the 18th century in an office who just looks up and says, you don't even know who I am.
I think a lot of shows suck because they try to make everyone laugh with every joke, and we feel like if only 10% of the people get a joke, then they're going to laugh really hard. So if we throw enough jokes in, we'll get everybody throughout the course of an episode.
It kind of seems like the new episodes of Family Guy are really heavily reliant on flashback type jokes. Are you planning to continue that with the new episodes?
What? I'm sorry, I don't understand that question.
Like, someone will say, oh, this is like that time when such and such happened, or...
We have to keep the manatees working.
You think that's bad?
Do you not like those jokes, the flashback jokes?
That's kind of the show.
No more jokes. Kind of the way it's always been, isn't it?
Hi. So I was just wondering if maybe we can get a little more evil monkey in the sketches.
But none of the writers get any SAG money for Evil Monkey because he doesn't talk, so.
I have to give credit to my writing partner because Mike here is the one who actually originally came up with the Evil Monkey.
And he did it in the room, right?
And he did it in the room, and he will be more than happy to demonstrate what he did.
Just real quick to throw out too, the Evil Monkey's going to be in an episode that one of the titles was called Commander in Queef at one point.
Yeah, we had to change that title. Mike.
If you take a look over at Mike here, this is what he did in the room.
Look carefully.
Way back when.
Next question.
Okay, so I listen to the commentary tracks often, and there's one where they mention the Fuzzy Door Productions where Seth was going to explain it, but he doesn't really get around to it, and it's not in any of the others. So what the hell is that?
His college apartment had a fuzzy door.
Wait. Isn't the answer revealed in the next 4 DVD sets?
He didn't really have a fuzzy door.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, well then also...
The DVD.
Well then also for Mike, in regards to the commentary, you mentioned a Blumpkin at one point and never really talked about it. And you've already said and queef in here, so is there any way that you can go ahead and explain it, or do I have to meet you after the show?
Is anybody going to be offended if I...
Show it?
Well, I'm not going to...
Show us?
Basically, we had a couple beers before a DVD commentary, and we went down this list of horrific sexual terms that we found on the internet, and one of them was a blumpkin, which is an act of oral pleasure while someone's maybe taking a shit. So, as clever as that is, it really didn't go any further than that in the commentary, and I didn't want my mom to hear us describing what it was.
You know, David's son is here.
Yeah, my 9-year-old son is right here. So
Well, a country blumpkin is when you're getting blown in an outhouse.
Next question.
It seems as though, like the beauty of Family Guy and American Dad is pushing the boundaries of political correctness. So how do you do that without actually offending people?
You don't.
Yeah, we don't.
Offending people.
You go ahead and offend them.
I think if we...
Yeah, I think the AIDS barbershop quartet offended a few people. But I think it's basically what standard says we can do, we'll do.
Yeah.
If we think it's funny enough to justify hurting some feelings, maybe we'll just go ahead and do it.
And we'll do stuff that offends us sometimes, too. I mean, you can be made uncomfortable by a joke, but if you think it's funny, I think it has value to be out there in the world, so.
Right, there are some jokes when we're screening animatics or colors, and it'll get a half of a groan and half of a laugh. I'm all for those jokes.
Yeah.
Because, you know, somebody's gonna feel like we did something wrong, and I mean, part of our job as, you know, creative people is to provoke and to get a response. I mean, some people won't like it, but the other half will. So.
Yeah, a horrified gasp is as good a reaction as a laugh, depending on who it's coming from.
So that was the last question. He doesn't usually take my calls. Come on, pick. Hey, Seth, you want to say hi to Comic-Con? Just say one hi. Kinda, yeah. Say hi and then goodbye. Did you hear that? The sphere's in the back of the phone? Oh, thanks. Thanks. Is that it? Yes, we're there. Say hi to the Comic-Con crowd.
Hey, Comic-Con crowd, how are you?
I told them you were getting laid, which was why you weren't here.
You were getting laid?
No, you... Now we're doing an Abbott and Costello bit. No, that you were.
Just the laugh of disbelief from the crowd.
Yeah.
Do you want me to call you from a landline?
I don't think it'll be any better. You want to, maybe Stewie wants to say hello? A quick hello from Stewie, maybe?
You're buying lots of comic books there at Comic-Con? Jesus Christ, settle down and not end Coulter, for God's sake.
I can't understand a word you're saying, but I think they are, so that's all that matters. Quagmire. They want Quagmire.
For God's sake, all right.
Okay. You know, sadly, this is the best part of my job, holding a cell phone up.
My life would be so much easier.
What's that again?
I said if this worked on dates, my life would be a lot easier.
I think there are a few girls here who'd go out with you. That was a surprise. That was a surprisingly small number. Yes. We're ready, Seth. Say goodbye.
All right, thanks you guys. I gotta call the censors and get some more penis jokes for you.
All right, warm round of applause for the creators and artists involved in Family Guy and American Dad.